hungries.
We're dads.
And this is the Diverse Dad Podcast.
The show where we bring in our petty issues and you let us know if we just make mountains out of molehills. Anyway, how's your week, Kev?
Is good, yeah. Good. It is my 10-year anniversary of meeting Ellie.
Wow.
It's not marriage. Not married.
Oh, well, marriage is silly.
Well,
You wouldn't want to do that.
it's not silly.
It's
just
silly.
Well, why would you... I'm not going to go into it. We already did marriage, but no, 10 years together, which is really cool. Yep. So, too poor to plan anything.
Vote up weddings. If they were married, they'd be divorced by now.
Well, maybe. There was no statistics on how long marriages last.
No.
So...
There probably is. I only brought in that 60% of them end in divorce, not...
60%? Oh, yeah. Marriage or death.
Yeah, it's 40%. No. The other 40% end in death.
Death or divorce. Yeah, okay, fair.
Yeah. So, yeah. Yep.
Yeah, that's basically all I have. Apart from that, how's your week?
I've been sleepy. Really sleepy. Just tired all the time. I'm just like... Just exhausted. I was going to bring burnout as a mountain today. But I'm not going to because I feel like that's a much bigger topic than I know about. I should probably bring in some facts and figures and things. And also, in case you didn't see yesterday, I think the New Zealand PM resigned because of burnout.
Which is the saddest thing ever, Jacinda.
Well, it's not the saddest thing ever. That is far from the saddest thing ever.
Well, it's not that. It's the most forever sad thing. It's not, but... Jacinda Ardern.
It's maybe a moderately sad thing.
She is the best PM, and she looks like a wiggle.
You've talked about her a lot.
I love her. I really do. She, like every video where she's announcing and she comes out, she's all smiley and happy. She looks like a wiggle.
I don't know anything about her except for that she's a jerk. I actually don't know if she's a jerk.
She's
could
really
be a
good.
Great person. I don't know.
Anyway, she's good. She's good. I like her.
Yeah.
That sucks. I hate that she's gone. I wonder who's going to replace her.
Probably a jerk.
Definitely a jerk. All right.
New Zealand's full of them.
Are they?
Yeah, it's just a country full of jerks.
I watched a video on Jermaine and Taika.
Why? Yep.
Yeah. I watched a video of them two together.
Yeah.
Chatting and being pals, and they're just the best.
Jermaine is the greatest.
Yeah, and then I watched the Bowie songs from Flight of the Conchords.
Oh, man. And everything else he's ever done. Like in Moana, he does that David Bowie song for the crab. And in Rick and Morty, he does a David Bowie song as the blob. Yeah.
Goodbye,
basically,
Moon Man.
When David Bowie died, it wasn't sad because Jermaine Clement was still alive. We already have a new one.
But Bowie dying was pretty bad.
It was a bit bad, but then it was like...
You know the best thing about that? Sorry, tangenting. You can't do this. You can't ADHD me.
Yeah, okay.
When David Bowie died, what was it? It was like the day after he released his album, and it was incredible. Those film clips where he had like the Band-Aid thing over bandages over his eyes was like incredible and cool album.
Okay, I'll give it a watch one day.
That's good. No, it was brilliant. It was really cool.
Anyway, and I started playing Fallout 4 again. Fun news. There you go, people.
I don't think I can do a Fallout after 76. I really liked 76.
On it, like I did too, but there's something about it that's ultra boring. It has the best features of any Fallout game. One of the best maps to explore. Really cool map to explore. Something about that game is really jarringly boring.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I booted up Fallout 4 again.
Yep.
With survival mode, which is great. You have to eat, sleep, drink. You can't save either. You only save when you sleep.
Yeah.
So you can't quick save before you enter a base or something. It's full on.
And it is...
You die really quickly, but so do the enemies. It's like everyone's really fragile.
Well, and it was... Fallout 4, I found the exploring to be a little more nerving. Like you'd go out and you'd find like bad guys. Oh, like the haunted house with the death claw in the roof.
That
oh my
was
god!
cool.
And then you go into like a car park and there's like all these traps and mazes set up. Like, that game is incredible. That was there was a lot of thought put into it. I feel like Fallout 76 didn't really. They put in so much of this. Let's do everything in a world that everyone can enjoy.
Yeah.
And like time tasks and like, oh, at this point this thing will happen, and that's exciting, but
the like respawning enemies thing kind of ruins it a bit too. Like how suddenly like you'll kill everyone in an area and then it'll just repopulate because like for the next person who comes along because it's all online.
Like really it should be while you're in that server, and while that server's happening it can I don't know. It just didn't, I don't know, it didn't quite. I loved it for a while. And I think because I spent so much time building a base, and then it's like, oh, we just can't do that right now.
Oh, and the base building was really cool in it too,
In 76.
Yeah.
Well, it was until I built this sweet base, and then it was like, oh, we can't populate that anymore.
Well, then you can keep reloading the server until it finds on where it can populate.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
I'd love to do that. That's how I want to play my games.
Yeah,
That's ridiculous.
You can also pay to be a +1 member or whatever it is, and then you can play on a solo server.
Oh, that's sick.
Which I don't know if that's like a personal server or if you're still playing online, because the online factor like still ruined it.
Minecraft, where you build your own realm or whatever.
Yeah, anyway.
Minecraft is way better as a survival game.
It does have the best survival mechanics.
Yeah. Why is Minecraft the best game in existence?
It just nailed everything. Like, there's a lot of Minecraft clones out there as well.
It doesn't...
Ark is a very good one. It's like Minecraft with dinosaurs. You don't dig anything.
Oh, okay.
But it's like dinosaur. And the tech, you start with like rocks and stuff.
Yeah.
And you can befriend the dinosaurs and that kind of thing. But the technology tree is huge, and you end up with like laser guns and stuff.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. It's a very good one. And Ark 2 comes out soon. Anyway, we're not a gaming podcast. None of you play games. I think some of you might. Maybe I should start streaming if anyone's interested in watching things. Anyway, let us know in the comments.
And you know what? I'll be a lazy review guy. Lazy react to your streaming. Like this is.
Oh, he's not going to go in there. Oh, you did.
Well, someone's got to react. You're not going to react when you're playing games.
No, just quietly. And because I got a mechanical keyboard.
Oh, nice.
Anyway.
Our mountains. How do we do?
Drum roll, Kevin. The winner last week was Lazy Video React Guys by a landslide. That was the biggest.
Yeah.
Biggest mountain last week.
I mean, it was annoying. Well, they're annoying.
Huge.
Everyone they're not that bad.
They are that bad. They are the biggest mountain last week. There's no debating that. That's how the votes went. Everyone thought it was the biggest problem. No one cared about the climate change right now. And the stopped escalators actually downvoted. Guess people love stopped escalators.
Love walking up those things. That jolt on the knees. Woo.
Yeah, and burning yourself come in second. So, like...
I guess you won.
I'm Mountain King.
Yeah, well...
So, which means I get to go first. And I'm not bringing in Burnout.
Well, fine. Well, I do want to talk about Burnout one day. One of these days.
No, we'll bring it in as a mountain one day with like facts and figures.
Well, yeah, I want to talk about it because it's...
Not right now. When we have all the facts and figures, this isn't the episode where we talk about Burnout.
Okay. Calm down. Fuck.
No Burnout tangents. I'm furious.
Shut up and bring in...
Outrage.
What's your mountain?
Okay. I just need to figure out which one I'm bringing in first. Okay. Picture this. Bright sunny day.
Okay.
You're driving along.
Yeah.
Doing a little bit over the speed limit.
Yep.
Then you see a speed camera up ahead. I better slow down a little, like at least to the speed limit. And the person in front of you slows down to like 20 kilometers under the speed limit. My mountain is people who slow down way too much for speed cameras.
Okay.
It's awful.
It is awful, and
it causes traffic jams further down the road.
It does. I remember when I was living in Queanbeyan and driving to, I think I'd be driving to Gungahlin.
Yeah.
And the drive in on the Monaro Highway, there's that one bridge with the cameras on it.
Yeah.
And it's a speed camera going into a Form 1 lane.
Yeah.
And it was like just infuriating because no one knows how to merge in Canberra.
Yeah.
Which is ridiculous because they're everywhere. It's a zipper. It's a zipper.
I do think that it has a lot to do with how very multicultural this city is. Like, we've got people from all over every country on Earth who all merge differently in every country. And so they're like, how do we do it here? Like, they're all combining all their different merging techniques in all their different countries.
Well,
so it just doesn't work.
Yeah, okay. But it makes common sense to be like, okay, well, they're here.
Yeah, usually.
I'll be here, and we'll just move in.
But then there's people who try and force the zipper. It's like, if they're 2 cars behind, just stay there. But instead they're like, wait, we're not a zipper. So they speed up so that they can make the zipper happen. Even though they don't need to. They could just let those 2 people in the right lane stay there, and they just pull in here.
But it's common. I mean, it's...
They don't have to speed up
at your own discretion. Anyway, this is about speed camera slowdowns.
Yeah.
I did bring in merging. I'm sorry, ADHD brain.
And it does, because when they slow down, just say it's 100 road, they'll slow down to 80, like slam on the brakes. You got to slam on your brakes, slow down to like 79, and it keeps going back and back and back. The further back you go,
until you stop.
The slower, the person at the back of the line, they're completely stopped.
Yeah,
and it's just ruins everyone's day.
At the same time, like 20 k's under is ridiculous.
It is, and even 10 k's under. And most people don't know that your speedo is quite a bit out.
Yeah.
If you're doing most cars, it's about 10%.
Yep.
So if you're doing 110 through a camera that says 100, most of the time you're fine.
Although I have a friend who I was speaking to the other day, and he was like, oh yeah, might be losing my license, we'll see. I'm like, why? He's like, I keep getting done on speed cameras. I'm like, how? He's like, oh, I think my speedo's out. I'm like,
well, you can get that checked.
Now he is in it's like a brand new car too.
Yeah.
So it's not like older.
Yeah.
It's brand new. So you'd assume that like they would have done a bit of work to be like calibrating that would be much more.
They'd still be under, like all cars, they're supposed to be like.
They should be.
5 to 10% under. And you can check, if you put your GPS on in your car, you can see how fast 100 actually is and then compare it with your speedo to get what 100 actually is. How do you know that
your GPS is working better than the engine in your car calibrating?
Because they're very accurate. GPSs know this stuff.
It just seems
your engine is out intentionally.
How do I trust my phone more than the machine that I'm using?
Because the machine is designed to lie to you.
It just seems a bit like...
No car has an accurate speedo. You're always going slower than the speedo says.
I'm going to find out. I'm going to find out.
Yeah, it's a thing. Check it with your GPS. I know you don't trust your GPS. Get 10 GPSs. You'll see they're all saying the same thing.
That's because they're all connected to the one thing.
Well,
but they're not connected to my engine.
Yeah, but your engine's going to be out. Test it by doing the GPS thing.
Yeah.
Finding out what that thinks 100 kilometers is, and then drive past the speed cameras on the parkway 10 times. I drive on the parkway almost every day. I go through that camera at what my speedo says is 110, but I know in my GPS that's 100, and I've never gotten a speeding fine from it.
You're in the danger zone.
No, it just means I'm doing 100 while everyone else is doing like 90.
I did hear that there was a 10% leeway on speed. Like you're allowed to, if it's a 100k speed limit and you're going 101, they're not going to be like, you were speeding.
Yeah.
Because there's like a bit of leniency.
actual 100, not your Speedo's 100.
I don't know.
It's a thing.
In which case, maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Some cars are a lot closer. Like some of them are like 2% out. Like I think a lot of Fords, they're really close to accurate. So when you're doing 102, you're doing 100.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, but anyway, check it out. Find out how much you're driving too slow.
So I just think the people who are slowing down is okay. Slowing down is okay.
Slowing down to the speed limit is okay,
Yes.
but panicking and going way under the speed limit, no, you're an idiot.
You should know what speed each road is. Although, have you heard have you seen the other signs that are like 50 unless...
Yeah.
Yeah, 50 is way too slow to be notifying under. I just feel like 50 is way too slow.
Yeah, it is.
You can't-
Every road should be 100.
If you don't know the speed, 50.
Although, your road coming in here, it's a 60. It feels like it should be 50. It's so windy and
Oh, it should be like 40.
There's car parks, there's driveways everywhere. And it's like just, it feels like a race course when you're doing 60.
Everyone in this area, I'm pretty sure they all hate that guy who
Oh, I
parks
don't
all
mean
these...
just this street. I mean the street,
Oh, yeah.
the bigger one.
But yeah, this area is just very windy though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is a very windy part of town.
Okay.
Anyway,
Okay, well...
don't slow down for speed cameras. Watch your mountain.
All right. Picture this. Bright, cold summer day because it's bloody 12 degrees this morning. Weird. It's not as bright sunny day. You're working. You're in retail. You're selling laptops.
Yep.
Some guy comes in, arms crossed, looking at a machine, and he's got the jerkiest look on your face. Here we go. All right, mate. Hey, bud, how you going? Looking at the T10,000? Oh, yeah, saw it down the road, saw it on sale, yeah. What's the best you can do on this, boy? Mine is smug hagglers.
Yeah.
The guys that just, they are so wanky, and they all know, I can get a better deal than that.
Yeah.
And so a few things that they come in with, okay? Do I get a better discount if I pay for cash?
Yeah.
When has anyone in the past 20 years paid anything in cash and gotten a discount?
Yeah.
Like, what is the purpose? I looked at why people might ask for cash.
Well, I think back in the day, FPOS transactions did cost companies a lot of money.
They did.
There was a certain percent that the bank would take.
Yes, and credit card fees, yes.
Yeah.
But nowadays, what? It's like 1% of a
It's
transaction.
so little.
Yeah.
Depending on
And-
the company and how much you're earning in that, some banks
And the
have
company,
really good deals on it.
the company cannot charge more than the fee itself. Because
there's-
the company gets charged a fee and they pass that on to the customer, which is, you're only allowed to do that. You can't charge more than that. The only other reason you pay by cash is if it's a sneaky under the table deal.
Yeah.
Tax evasion.
Yeah.
So, or money laundering.
Yeah. No, it's not. It's not. No one. It's just most companies, they prefer FPOS now. There's less money
course.
handling, less risk involved. It's just easier for everyone,
It's,
and usually a lot quicker. Well, when the FPOS machines are working.
when technology
yeah.
goes down, it's a different story. But, so,
Anyway.
smug hagglers, the guys who come in, I can buy it cheaper down the road.
Yeah.
I won't buy it from you today. It's fine, I'll go elsewhere.
Yeah.
Comes in the next day, buys it from your colleague. So you miss the
Yeah. Yeah. And there's a lot of. I used to be in a retail environment. A lot of fun. I loved it, actually.
I don't mind it.
I hate retail whinging. See a lot of posts on thing. And that show, that bloody retail show, I can't remember what it's called. This guy who's really shit at his job and he wants to become a manager and they're in a retail thing. And anyway, he doesn't know how to deal with customers.
Yeah.
But yeah, like the smug customers, and they'd always like, yeah, what's the best price you can do or whatever.
Yeah.
And just hit him with a, like, well, that's the price we've got on it. That's what we want for it. What?
Yeah.
And there are a lot of things you can do to get a number out of them.
Yeah. Yep.
Like, well, what price would you be happy to pay to walk out with this today? That
Yeah.
kind of thing.
What are you looking for in a machine?
Yeah.
Okay.
Have you seen it priced better elsewhere?
Or
And you,
like,
you invite that kind of...
yeah.
Yeah.
You ask the questions of what are you looking for in a product, because you're trying to understand their wants and what they need to be paying for a product.
Yeah.
Oh, well, you don't need to buy this. You could buy this.
Yeah.
You're still getting the top dollar on the product that they want. They just want the better machine for cheaper. And you go, nah, you're not getting that.
But if they're really jerks, I like throwing it, oh, you can't afford that. I like to, because I always would throw a bit of stank at them. And then my customers love me for that, just being real. Stank at them.
Yeah.
Because,
Dirty boy.
Now, I was always very rude and blunt to customers, especially when it comes to pricing and that kind of thing.
Yeah. I loved people who came in to buy Apple products, because Apple don't do discounts. They just don't.
Yeah.
They're like, this is what it is. You will not get a better deal. It's just retail will pay this and sell for this, because you won't get anything out of it. And people come in, oh, I saw it cheaper down the road. I'm like, no, you didn't.
Yeah.
You did not. Apple don't do that.
You're a liar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so...
I saw it cheap on Facebook Marketplace. Okay.
Go for it, bud.
Okay. Go get stabbed in an alleyway.
Yeah, I just... It's the people who try and get everything for nothing.
Yeah.
And they say... They walk out of the shop without the deal.
Yeah.
And you see them later that day.
Yeah.
You do see them and they're like, yeah, I'll just take it, whatever.
Yeah.
And they're pissed off about it. It's like, oh, good. Piece of shit.
Yeah. 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 There are... Because there is an art to haggling, and I feel like most people have lost it. Because they've seen it on TV or something, and they do just try and take shortcuts.
Yeah.
Because haggling can be fun. And it can be very beneficial. And it is worth doing in a lot of places to try and get a better deal.
Yeah.
But, like, there's a good way to do it and there's a shitty way to do it. And when you're, like, rude and obnoxious and, like, whatever, that's not going to get you a discount.
You know
it
what?
might, but, like, you're not going to get the best discount doing it that way.
The best thing is, though, as well, like, you consider... So I go to one music shop in Canberra. I go to Better Music and I go to Bob. Go see Bob. He's the man.
Yeah.
But also, I don't ask much for discounts. I don't.
Yeah.
Because I think, look, this guy's working hard. He does a damn good job. He's so educational on everything. He has earned the right to earn that commission that I need to pay him.
Yeah.
And yes, he's not getting every cent for it, but me supporting that business keeps him in a job, feeds his family, does what he needs to do.
Yeah.
Like, yes, I don't want to pay as much, but also that man earned that right to have that extra commission. Because everything in retail, obviously, you like the way they did it when we worked at the vacuum shop together.
Yeah.
There was a book on like what the dollar value is, what the lowest you can go to,
Yeah.
and how much commission you would get out of that if that's the case.
Yeah.
If you go bottom dollar for that product, that person gets nothing.
Yeah.
It's not fair on the person who's earning that income,
Yeah.
especially if they're a good salesman.
That's up to the salesperson, though. If
Well,
they're going to lose out on that money, then they're not a very good salesperson.
Yeah, but I mean, if you have a favorite guy or a favorite place, go support your favorite dudes.
Yeah.
Give them a job, keep them in business. They've earned it. And if
yeah.
you appreciate their work, just do it.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right.
That's the thing.
Smug hagglers.
Yeah,
Just
they're jerks.
Be a nice guy.
Yeah. Yeah, you can nice haggle.
Yeah.
There's a way to do it. And a lot of the time you should a little bit haggle.
But yeah, like not ruthless arsehole.
No, not ruthlessly.
Arms crossed.
Just get a deal when and where you can.
Yeah.
Just shop on Amazon. They have deals all the time. You don't have to haggle with anyone. It's so cheap.
Going into a shop. What?
God. Jeff Bezos is the best.
Hey?
Jeff Bezos is the best.
Except he's planning on cancelling Clarkson.
Oh, yeah. I don't know if that's up to him.
I don't think so. Surely he would have a say.
Yeah.
And have you
But
seen
it's weird
Clarkson's
that-
Farm?
Like, because it is... Yeah, Clarkson Farm is amazing.
The
it's
best.
one of the best shows. And Clarkson is the best person to ever be on TV. He's just the funniest.
I just love that he's so blunt, so direct.
Yeah, and like he's the only person on TV who does that as bluntly and aggressively as he does.
You can't cancel Clarkson.
No, and
he has an opinion, but as if he's not like. So he's opinionated.
Yeah,
but he's not like, follow me, I'm opinionated. He just expresses his own thoughts.
And it's weird that because they've got the Harry show on Netflix.
The Harry and Meghan one, yeah.
You would think that Amazon would be like, okay, that's where the Harry supporters go. And then the Harry haters, they can come here to us. We've got Clarkson.
But, the Harry and Meghan thing was interesting. They did the whole series as a woe is me type of thing. And to an extent, I actually enjoyed it. I didn't hate them.
Yeah.
But then seeing the Netflix the Amazon stuff, and every news article I read now is like Harry hate.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous. Like, the whole idea of that Netflix series was to talk about the problem with paparazzi and media and what it does to people and how it damages people.
I do hate paparazzi and the media.
Yeah, they're probably the biggest mountain ever.
Yeah.
But then they did that whole woe is me thing, and then the media were like, see, they lied in this bit, so the whole thing's whatever.
Yeah.
But also, you're not taking away that point. Like, just give them a break, whatever.
Yeah, media's always been the worst, absolutely.
Yep.
Forever, except for this media. This is the best media
in
the world.
Podcast.
We always speak the truth.
Only ever?
Yep. Speaking of truth tellers, is that enough about your mountain?
Yeah, tell me. What are you telling me now?
Okay. So, again, back in retail world. Well, I used to work in a pawn shop that had a retail section. I mostly work in the retail section.
Yep.
And naturally, when people are about to lose their pawned items, they'll panic and they'll do whatever they can. Ooh. So they'll call up. And before you even get to say hello, like, oh, hey, I've been in the hospital for 3 weeks and my legs have been taken off and my liver's dying and I've just lost all my kids and I don't have any money and I don't have any way to get out. And I'm like, hang on a minute. You're telling a sob story to the wrong person. I'll put you through. Anyway, my mountain is sob stories. I freaking hate them. Like, people just go, they tell you like their whole life story and everything bad that's happened to them. And like, I don't care.
To the least empathetic person, no, you're empathetic, right?
To stuff that's real and that I care about. I can tell a fake sob story when I hear one.
Yeah, okay.
And the thing is, like, I think a sob story, it is a story.
It is.
I'm not talking about people who are going through actual hardships, who have just been beaten by their husband and, kicked out on the street and all that. No, this is just people just bullshit to try and get out of a situation.
Yeah.
By telling, like, the most horrendous things they can think of, which are clearly bullshit. And they're just like, I don't care.
So, I've been reading a lot on trauma. I find it really interesting. I really like the study of the brain and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Right? And there's a certain extent of sob stories that would be true.
Yeah. But I missed my time. I was going to say, is that because you don't have one? I really like researching the brain and that kind of thing. Because you don't have one?
That was...
Brainless Kevin.
No, it's there. It's just
go on
wired very differently. It's pointing in different...
Go on about how fun trauma is.
Well, the idea of trauma is obviously there's certain people who eventually lead to drug addiction or some form of addiction.
Yeah.
And other people go to things like self-sabotage and that sort of stuff, like the really damaging stuff.
Yeah.
The people who are generally telling the sob stories are the people who go through those circumstances of self-sabotage. So yes, they were in the hospital. Might have been true. Might have legit been true. They also lost their kids. Their legs have been taken. There's so much that has happened.
Yeah, because they brought it upon themselves.
Because they made a whole chunk of poor decisions based on trauma that they'd experienced at one stage in life.
Yeah, so screw them. You don't get any benefits because you screwed yourself. Trauma should that should be reserved for people who have had stuff done onto them. Like, there should be accountability. Personal accountability.
Well, I
if
absolutely
you ruin your own life, you don't deserve one.
So I recently spoke to someone who I've got to be careful about how I do this one. So I spoke to the kid of a friend who their mum is like drop kick.
Yeah.
And they were saying, oh, well, the other day, yeah, mum's internet got cut off. It was her boyfriend's fault. Like her ex-boyfriend, he moved out and didn't pay the bill. And we'd forgotten to change it in our name. And now we have to wait 2 weeks to get it done. I was like, wow, okay, that's horrible. I'm sorry that happened.
That's totally the boyfriend's fault.
Yeah, it's insane. Well, why didn't... okay, ex-boyfriend moves out. What do? Okay, well, what was in his name? I better change that because otherwise he has control of that.
Yeah. Can't expect him to pay my bills for me.
Yeah, of course. It's insane. Why would you do that? And then, maybe 1 month went by where the boyfriend didn't realise that the bills were still in that name. Oh, I got to cancel that card. I'm getting charged all these things from this ex-partner. Cancelled everything. Bills don't get paid. Internet cut off. Electricity cut off.
Yeah.
You know, all of these things that are just this long-term effect because this idiot didn't do...
Yeah, people don't take personal accountability.
It goes both ways.
That's a big thing. That'll be a mountain for another time. There's so many spoilers for future mountains. Burnout, people who can't take accountability.
Sob stories themselves can be okay if they're genuine.
That's why then it's not a sob story. That's an account of horrible things that are happening to them.
Well, there's someone
sob story. It's like they kind of need to enhance their thing.
Okay, so looking for empathy, looking for sympathy.
Yeah, so they're clearly they're really pushing to try and get their discount or their item back or their whatever.
Or
their
not pay a bill. Yeah.
It's like such a desperate attempt to try and get out of a thing rather than it's not like a... Like the people going through struggles and that kind of thing, they'll be like, oh, this happened. Is there anything you can do?
You know what?
Whereas like the sob story ones, they're like, I've just done all this stuff. You have to help me. You have to get me out of this situation because...
It's a panic to get there. Yeah.
And they put a lot of pressure on you like, I've gone through trauma. You have to do something about it.
So... I'd mentioned earlier that I was in other eps that I was doing hardship work or I was in the hardship sector.
Yeah.
And there was one lady that called through and she was complaining that she couldn't make a payment on something.
Yeah.
And I kind of talked her through it and I'm like, look, looking at the notes on everything here, you've done this a few times. Like, where are we? What are we doing here? And she, yeah, I've kind of pushed it a bit, haven't I? Yeah. You know you have. Yeah. You've said this before. You've done this before. This is our fourth conversation. You need to go sort it.
Yeah.
This is not our problem anymore. Like, one time, shame on us, we'll take you, whatever.
Yeah.
Second time, let's take a step back. Fourth time, what are you doing back?
Yeah.
Go away. Find something else to do.
Yep.
We're not your issue anymore. And this lady even talked about PTSD and how she was experiencing all this past trauma. Like, horrible. If you have a mental illness because of a trauma you've experienced, that's really sad. But don't be a wanker and use your mental illness as your mental illness. If you have a mental illness, it's a superpower. You're facing battles that no one else in the world or other people in the world, but not everyone is dealing with, trying to run through the world the same way.
I think I have a lot more trauma and mental problems than anyone. Probably.
In a way, yeah.
Definitely.
In a way, yeah.
Definitely. My life is the hardest. And look at me go. Acing it.
I guarantee I've got some traumas somewhere.
You don't. Not as many as me.
What?
Every day is traumatic. For me.
12:01 I haven't eaten.
Yeah, that can be traumatic.
Yeah, okay.
Well, it's 12:01. I've eaten too much. Okay. Anyway.
Too much water, I'm drowning.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Sob
okay.
stories, I hate them. We gave almost no good examples or whatever about them. But they're the worst. If you've ever heard one, and it's not always just companies who hear them. You might have a friend who's just giving you the sob, and you're like, okay, all right. Put your phone on speaker, go back to playing your video games or whatever.
Well, at the same time, like...
I remember the ad with the parrot, or like had the cockatoo or whatever.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I know. Oh, I know. And then she puts the phone up against the bird. I think it was a Kit Kat ad.
Yeah. That was a good ad. But, I mean, look, I'm a pretty empathetic person, so the first time it comes through, first person that does it, I will hear them, I'll appreciate it, and I'll accept that.
That's it. You can't just crap on them immediately and go, I don't trust you and believe you, die in a hole. Like, you have to treat them all seriously as well. Is another annoying thing about them.
Well, there was that... I mean, not saying it's a bad thing. When the Me Too movement came out, it was that whole, like, believe victims.
Yeah.
And understandably, I totally support that. But believe victims once, right? Yeah. There was another person that I know of that used to post sexual assault allegations on bands.
Yeah, I remember
Did it once, and it worked out. And then the second one worked out again. Third one worked out again.
Yeah.
What is going on? And why are people not checking this name?
Yeah. Well, it's like Vic Lasagna. I can't remember his name, but like he's called... If you look up Vic Lasagna, you'll see the real guy. He was one of the Dragon Ball Z voice guys. He, not too long ago, got accused of a whole bunch of sexual allegations and that kind of thing, which, like, all turned out to be false. Then he tried to countersue them, and that didn't go well. He just exhausted a whole bunch of money. But his reputation is basically ruined. Like, because that's the thing, like, people saw all the allegations. He definitely did all that. We're not going to love him anymore.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh, how good. That was Fairly Odd Parents.
Yeah.
If Timmy doesn't make this jump, we're not going to love him anymore. Great. At least I know my friends will love me.
Yeah.
That stuck with me forever.
Yeah, because that was probably the biggest laugh from that show.
Yeah, good show.
Yeah. But...
You know what? I really got a wee.
Do you have one more mountain left?
Yeah, but just...
Yeah, okay. Have a wee.
Thank.
Oh. All right.
Okay.
Okay. So, what is your final mountain, Kevin?
It's been a while since I ran upstairs for a mid-pod pee.
Yeah, pretty fun, huh?
Yeah, that's good.
I think my last one was on our special guest episode. And I pretended I did the piss bomb. I covered myself in water.
With Stu?
Yeah.
He's a goose. Okay, so my next mountain. Picture this. You buy a burger. Oh, damn. Can't wait to get this burger. Oh man, accidentally got burger with the lot. I don't like tomatoes. I don't like beetroot.
Yeah.
Oh my God, they even put pickles on it.
Yep.
What's that? Toothpaste? What? Mine is yuck food infecting good food with yuck tastes.
Now, those are poor examples except for the toothpaste because, like, your pickles don't leave a lot of flavour residue. Same with beetroot, same with tomato. They leave maybe a little bit of goopy ones. They're not an overwhelming flavour.
Yep.
Like if you have a little bit of tomato juice left on your burger, you're not like, oh my God, there's a little piece of tomato on there.
Yeah, okay.
Like, and the pickles, I'd be outraged if my Macca's burger didn't have pickles on it, which I pick off anyway, but they better have them on there. I'm pissed off when there's only one.
Really?
But I pick
you
them
like
off.
the residue?
No. I just like to pick them off. It's part of the whole activity of having Macca's.
Okay, all right. Well, when I worked at fast food, my first job ever was fast food, and I remember someone said, I want a burger and I don't want any pickles. Don't put them on and then take them off realizing you shouldn't have put them on there. Don't put them on.
Yeah.
So the guy making the burger was like, oh yeah? And put the burger lid
to test it
in the pickle juice.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Did they come back?
I don't know. I don't remember.
You would have remembered. So that guy ate his pickle bun, didn't notice.
Yeah.
It was an uninvasive flavour. He was just a jerk.
Or probably was in allergic and died on the way. Couldn't have come back.
Yeah.
Anyway, things that infect other foods. So beetroot, I know it's not a super strong taste, but when you see that purple on your bun, after you've taken that beetroot off, you're like,
But they're such like the mildest flavours.
what about olives? Yeah. Olives on a pizza.
No,
I'm
just
not
pick them off.
Yeah, but have you,
Like the pineapple, that can leave some residue.
Yeah, but pineapple's
And
fine.
raw-
I'm not going to go through that.
I hate uncooked onion on anything.
Oh, no, wait. On a burger?
On a burger,
best.
the worst. Horrible texture. It's just
Oh,
invasive.
I love it.
And on a pizza, like gets through all the cheese and all you can taste is like...
Onion with tomato sauce on a burger is like...
Nah, yuck. Maybe cooked onion, yeah.
Nah.
Well cooked.
Nah.
Well cooked.
Nah.
Not raw. Yuck.
Crispy, tasty, fresh onion, cut, put on a burger. Delicious.
You want to know some real invasive flavours though? Dill on a burger is awful. If you have any dill on any part of a burger, it can be on the opposite end of it. You bite into it and it's like, dill.
I don't know the
Yuck.
taste of dill.
You have to try it. It's like it's ultra invasive and ultra disgusting. Like it's such a strong, outstanding flavor. Like you'll really notice it. And another one, which if you are not a super taster, coriander tastes fine. It's actually quite delicious.
Some
apparently.
people, yeah.
Dried coriander I can tolerate.
Yeah.
But if it's coriander leaves, it does taste like soap. It like gives it a real soap flavor. I had a really nice burger the other day.
Yeah.
It was really good. And I got to there was coriander leaves in it. Like this fully soapy taste.
That's weird.
It's awful.
See, there's full hate of coriander.
Yeah,
like,
well, you
people
because it tastes like soap. It really tastes like soap.
I don't really see. I must just be like the blandest dude ever because I don't know many of these extra flavored herbs and stuff.
Maybe you've never had a coriander leaf.
Maybe, or I really enjoyed it when I had it. I'm assuming people enjoy them, but I also hear more about hate than they love it.
Yeah, but definitely. What did you call the mountain?
Yuck food infecting good food with yuck tastes.
Yes, yeah.
So, I mean, it's specifically when you get a thing, you have something and it changes the flavor of something else.
Yeah.
Like it leaves that flavor.
An invasive flavor.
Have you ever had orange juice after toothpaste?
No.
It is
but I have probably.
horrendous.
It is really yuck.
There's certain flavors after toothpaste that is like, why?
That's why they recommend not eating after brushing your teeth. Not just because it's yuck, but because you've just brushed your teeth. Keep them clean for a minute.
Just don't brush your teeth.
Or just don't brush your teeth.
Yeah.
Sometimes the reverse is fun. Like little... Because that's how food works. Is
surprising.
That you add the flavours and it makes things nicer. That's the whole idea.
Yeah.
That's why people add dill to things, because they think it's yum, but it is yuck.
Okay.
But things...
The reverse is fun. Have you
salt?
ever found
Have you ever had salt on anything?
Yeah,
Delicious. Makes
so good.
everything yummer. Butter.
Not too much salt, though.
Not too much salt. Paprika. No one hates paprika.
So good.
Paprika's delicious.
On potatoes.
On everything.
On roast potatoes.
On popcorn.
And potatoes. Yeah. But there's so much that you can use these things on. Have you ever found a popcorn chicken in your chips by accident?
Yeah.
The most exciting day.
Yeah. But... Yeah, no, you're right. The opposite of that, it is one of the most awful things on the planet, having something yuck in your food, which ruins the whole meal.
Yeah. And like, I remember getting a toasted French guys.
French toast?
No. Croissant. So a toasted croissant with cheese and ham, and it was like good ham.
Yeah.
Took a bite and there was avocado in it. I'm like,
you don't find avocado too invasive.
I found it
I think it's pretty good.
unpleasant. But the problem was it ruined the goodness of the ham and cheese. And I'm like, oh, look, you just don't.
Yeah.
Don't wreck a good thing by trying new things.
Yeah. Although I do like avocado and stuff.
I'm not.
I feel like that is a kind of flavour that can work in pretty much anything. If you like avocado, it's not too invasive, so it just kind of enhances whatever you're eating.
I don't understand the flavour of avocado. I feel like it's not a terrible flavour. It's just a really...
It's just slime.
Well, yeah.
It's
I feel like
flavour of slime.
that's the taste. Like, it's just an uncomfortable... why did we do this?
Yeah, if you don't like I think that's more of a texture thing, really.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe. Yeah. Well, look,
Alright.
that's my mountains. This has been pretty long.
Yeah, this felt like a long one. Very long, boring episode. So my mountains this week were slowing down too much for speed cameras and sob stories.
Mine were smug hagglers and yuck food infecting good food with yuck tastes.
Yes.
Yes, and you can vote for these mountains on... Yeah, don't you wave at me. You can vote for these mountains on Reddit at r/mountain or molehill.
And on patreon.com/dadversedad,
Yes.
where you can also go to support us if you like. You don't have to. We very much appreciate all of our supporters.
It does go towards sets and other things that we do, quality of the pod, and...
Yeah, one day we're going to get backgrounds. There'll be stuff behind us. Hey? How exciting will that be?
Hey?
Maybe better cameras one day. Who
Maybe.
knows? Anyway.
Might even soundproof the room a bit.
Yeah, less echo. How good would that be?
Maybe I've been thinking about doing that actually, just for recording.
So everyone support us. And you do get a bonus episode as well, which is the best things in life, which is pretty much the reverse of this, where we just talk about things we like.
Mm-hmm.
It's pretty fun.
Yeah. It's just we're much calmer as well. We don't yell. We don't get angry at each other.
You're not selling it. People like us getting angry at each other.
We yell so much.
We don't yell enough.
We might yell too much.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, I don't like that. Why do you like that?
Yeah.
Yes.
All right.
Bye, Hungries.
We're dads.